Okay, so this is my page, Natural Footballers. We've got 184,000 followers here on Instagram, and I'm posting twice a day on it. And yeah, this is pretty much like my full-time thing at the moment. And the ultimate goal really is just helping footballers become a standout player, so they can eventually like get scouted and signed to pro academies and teams. And I have a private community where they can purchase for a one-time fee, and then they get more training exercises and drills in there and more coaching from myself. I've got like pros in there who are giving like advice and training and coaching and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good kind of business model, and obviously there's a big market for it because football, it's one of the biggest things in the world. It's the biggest sport in the world by a mile. By like, I don't know how many people play football, but like 1-2 billion people play football across the world, and millions of kids, and obviously any age really play football. So football is a massive market. It's probably one of the biggest niches out there. So targeting it is really good. But alongside that, you're going to get lots of competition. You're going to get lots of like competitors. You're going to get other trainers. You're going to get other accounts. So in this world of competition and like, yeah, kind of heat in a way, like there's gonna be, you're probably thinking like, how do you separate yourself from the rest? And with Natural Footballers, I am teaching footballers a new kind of way of training and going against the mainstream, and kind of getting them back to nature. And we do this through the fascia training, as you can see there. This is kind of like our unique advantage. And this is like fascia training is not like bullshit. It's not fake or anything like that. And basically fascia training is like training the feet and stuff like that. And, this has been quite a controversial topic in the football world for like the last 2-3 years. And I've had many accounts kind of target me because I'm promoting fascia training and it's not real. Well, my response to that is that I actually get players' results. I've got a pro player right now who's 18 and he's doing fascia training. He's already feeling better after a few sessions. So that's how I know it's real. But the kind of message of this video and what I want to talk about is that you need to separate yourself from the rest if you want to stand out and you want to generate a good income, but as well as helping other people. Because I could say anything. I could say like, do this, do that. But if I'm not actually getting students' results, then like there's no point. You can see here that we got loads of results from students every single day, pretty much in the community. Boom, fascia there. So player of the day, get in the flow state, training with the men's team at 16. So I'm actually getting students' results, and people are going to hate. People are going to like say like, oh, your training methods don't work, fascia training doesn't work, working with nature doesn't work. Well, it does work because it's literally just proof. But like if you want to stand out and you want to become like one of the top dogs in your space, and Natural Footballers is one of the top dogs, it's maybe top 3 at least, and everyone knows about Natural Footballers, then you've got to separate yourself from the rest. You've got to have something different about you. Maybe you're a fitness coach and like everyone suggests you to like do this exercise, but instead you do it like this way or something like that. Or your diet is a bit different to everyone else's diet. So you got to have something that's different and that actually gets results. And that's where you're going to hit the nail on the head. That's where you're going to absolutely blow up. And that's where you're going to get attention. That's where you're going to get other people in the football kind of space or whatever space you're in to start kind of like making posts about you, saying that your methods don't work and all that kind of stuff, because they are kind of not jealous, but they're a bit annoyed that you found a different way and you're trying to be a bit different, but you're actually getting you're actually getting people results anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So that's what we're doing with Natural Footballers. And another way I'm trying to scale up Natural Footballers is by simply tapping into the pro space, like networking with pros, because like obviously I've got 184,000 followers here, but 90% of these followers will most likely be like kids, parents, teenagers, all those kind of things. I don't know how many of my followers are actually like professional players. So what I've been doing is I've been going on my messages and I've been just simply DMing pro footballers. If it's going to load up here, like this guy here, I just say, I've been interviewing footballers from around the world. Can I ask you 3 questions? And then what they're going to do is they should say, yeah, I love to help, which this guy said, yes, absolutely love to take part. And then you just send them 3 questions, and then I can put that into my community to give more value to my players in my community who are actually paying for the program. I'm giving them actually pro advice. Obviously, this guy here, he's not like playing for, Chelsea or Man United or Barcelona, but he's still a professional player, still got 8K followers, professional footballer there, sponsored by New Balance. So this guy's a legit guy. So this is what I've been doing for the last kind of couple of weeks. And I'm happy to share this because, I want to share what I'm actually doing. And you're probably thinking, how can you do this for your kind of business or page? Well, if you're in the fitness niche, you could reach out to the top kind of fitness people and just ask them like 3 questions, and then you give that back to your community. But, I'm asking the most like basic questions, like what's the biggest thing you learned from your pro career? What's the best piece of advice you've been given by a coach, and how do you play with confidence in games? These are all kind of things that my players want to learn about, especially with confidence. This is a big problem with my players. Some of them come in with low confidence. So if they hear from a pro on how to improve your confidence, it just makes my product and makes the community so much more valuable. So yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've just been going on, the search there and just typing in the footballers, and then I give them a follow so they can actually see that, that I follow them. I've got a blue tick, so it should kind of stand out a bit. I follow them, send them the DM, then they should get back to me and say, yeah, I'd love to help. And you'll be surprised how many people are, actually want to help others, especially when it's like in your space. If I went out to fitness coaches, it wouldn't really work, obviously, because it's not really the same thing, but they probably would be keen to help. So just reach out to people, network, and this is how I'm trying to get natural footballers in the professional space, because most professionals haven't really heard of me. So when I follow them, they most likely follow back, which I have. I've gained about, just 30 followers from professional footballers, which is pretty good, because once another teammate sees that they're following me, then they're most likely going to follow. And then it's like just a whole big web and network, which I think is brilliant, and it just snowball in the future. And let's say, one of the teammates is checking my page on the phone, and then his teammate looks over, oh, who's that who you're following? Oh, natural footballers. Oh, I'll go follow them as well. So that's what I'm trying to create there, just trying to get into the professional kind of space. And as well as that, I'm getting some of the professional players onto the fascia training. And let me just explain what fascia training is. It's like exercises like this, like curling your toes, which kind of help build your fascial connections from your feet to glutes. And this is what creates kind of real strength in the football world. So yeah, getting the footballers to do that, even though they look like simple exercises, I'm getting the pro players to do that. And if they get results from it, like I'm feeling lighter on the pitch, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling quicker, then I can use that as a testimonial. And then it's just a big kind of cycle. Then more pro players are going to be like, oh, shit, like this fascia training actually works. I'm going to give it a go. Then it's a big cycle. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting these pro players onto like the fascia training, getting them like into the web, and hopefully they get some results, which they should do anyway, because I've already got results from pro players. And then it's just a big kind of snowball. So that's what I've been doing on Natural Footballers for the last like week or so. This is kind of like a new thing I've been doing, just like reaching out to pro players, but it's been working well, and I'm going to continue doing it, because at the end of the day, I'm getting a bunch of value from pro players, which I can share to my community, which they ultimately want, because it just makes the product so much more valuable, and it just gets natural footballers into the professional space. So yeah, that is kind of my message. Separate yourself from the rest. You need something different from the rest, and you are going to get hate. You are going to get people. That's what I've been getting in the last like 2 weeks. People making reels about me saying this doesn't work. Natural football is this. Natural football is this. It's a scam. It's that. It's that. It's just all part of the game, especially when you have a unique advantage that actually does work. I'm not saying like do this type of training, but it actually doesn't work. Fascia training does actually work, and I've got hundreds of thousands of results from my students from it. So that's what you got to do. You've got to separate yourself from the rest. This is how you do it. And it doesn't matter what space you're in. If you're in the cooking space, you have a different recipe that you use, or your recipes only use 5 ingredients or something like that. Like it's pretty straightforward. You just got to find something that actually does work and that separates from you from the rest. And of course, you can use this to reach out to people higher in your space. So in the fitness space, maybe, I don't even know who's in the fitness space, but somebody like higher than you, which you can get advice from and give that back to your students. So that's what I'm doing with Natural Footballers. Hope that kind of gave you some ideas and kind of an insight on what I'm doing with Natural Footballers. It is kind of a steady kind of growth. It's not just goes like that. It's steady. But I trust the process, and especially since I'm tapping into the professional game, and I'm doubling down on the fascia stuff because I know this stuff does really well. As you can see here, this got 168,000 views, which is not like a lot. It's good, but look at that, 4,000 comments, and it was about fascia training. It was about my student who used fascia training to get to the national team level, and I said basically comment fascia for the free training video, which I send, and this got 4,600 comments, which is pretty amazing, and 1,000 followers. So it just shows that I need to double down on the fascia stuff because I know that's what works, and end of the day I'll just become as the fascia guy, which is fine, but that's what's going to separate me from the rest. All right, so hope you enjoyed that. If you're looking for one-on-one support and mentorship from myself to help scale or start your business with social media and content creation, especially through Instagram, because Instagram is probably the best app to do it. So make sure to apply below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.